Today, for the very first time, I'm going to be checking out my very first ever 21 Pilots album. This is Breach. Hello everybody, and welcome back to another album review / reaction here on the channel. And I just have to say that this is a reaction that I wasn't necessarily planning on doing. I found out that 21 Pilots had a new album coming out this year, and I thought maybe this will be the one that I decide to check them out. So if this is your first time here on the channel, which it's kind of tough whenever I do bands like this that are massively popular, like huge #1 Billboard, like #1 album in the United States, in the world right now, I believe this album is, or at least it was when it first came out. I was reading the Wikipedia page for this just a little bit before I started recording. It's really tough to say how many views this video will get. And I don't usually record videos just because it will get views or anything like that, as people on the channel here will tell you. I often do a lot of videos that don't get very many views, and that's totally fine. I want to do reactions to albums I want to do reactions to. But sometimes I'll do reactions to bands that I personally love that are like huge mainstream bands, like the Black Keys, for example. We did a reaction to the Black Keys album that came out earlier this year, and it's only gotten 145 views or something on it, which is pretty crazy because, if I do reactions to smaller bands that people barely know, like Metallica, for example, I'll get quite a few views on those videos. So, it's kind of a hit or miss type of thing. But if you are here because you're a fan of 21 Pilots, I want you to know that this is my very first time listening to this band. I'm sure over the years I have heard some of their singles, but I can't think of anything off of the top of my head. I know in the back of my head, I know that this band does really cool stuff with drums. I'm pretty sure every one of their songs that I've heard, of like 3 or 4 of their songs that I've heard just on the radio and in pop culture, maybe in a movie or something here or there. For some reason, I think that they have really cool sounding drums. They're an alternative rock kind of band, I guess. Lots of hip hop influence, which I'm really excited for because I hope the drums are all just like sweet and different sounding in every song. That's something that I particularly like a lot. But, other than that, I really don't even know. I can't picture in my head or hear in my head what the vocalist sounds like or anything like that. So I am coming into this pretty much completely blind. But Patrick, you say, what is with the shirt? Because this is a 21 Pilots. There's the logo, I think. 21 there. Hold on, I don't want to show too much. There's the logo. This is really unflattering way to show this. Sorry. Anyway, there's the logo. I bought this shirt at Goodwill. I have the tag right on here still. I left it so that you guys could see. I bought this shirt at Goodwill 2 years ago after I started doing reactions on my channel because I thought, oh, well, maybe we'll do 21 Pilots. I mean, they're hugely popular. I believe I've liked some of the stuff of theirs that I have heard of, those songs that I think I know are them. And so I thought, I'll get this shirt, and I've had it sitting in my closet now for a long time. It's a little big for me now because I've gone through everything I went through earlier for the last year and a half, but that's fine. I don't need to get into that. But this is just, if you're here because you want someone that really knows this band and is going to dive deep into the meaning of the band and all this stuff and like be able to compare this to their other works, that is not what I am. I am going to be listening to this for the very first time. And when I do something like this for the first time, generally I go on and on about, what kind of music I like and all this to try to set the listener up, or you watching the video, to try to set you up so that you kind of understand the stuff that I like and where I'm coming from beforehand. But I'm not even going to bother wasting time doing that in this video. I kind of just want to get right into it. But I did want to say, if you're new to the channel, welcome. If you like the way we do stuff around here, go check out some other videos. A lot of the videos on the channel, I have some of my friends do reactions with me. I mentioned Metallica earlier. We have reactions to every Metallica album except for the second disc of Garage Inc. Disc 2. So if you're a metal fan, if you're a Metallica fan, that's the content that people have found the channel and then stick around for. But we also have done lots of other metal stuff on the channel. We do pop stuff occasionally. I personally love stuff like One Republic and Imagine Dragons, which I know a lot of people don't like those bands, but I do, and I've tried to do reactions to those bands in the past. Also, those reactions don't get very many views. AWOL Nation, same type of thing. But I love Depeche Mode. I love all sorts of things. And so I'm not going to go into my whole history with music so that you can kind of get where I'm coming from. The only thing I will say is I am a production guy. This channel is Audio Engineers React. That's not what the channel's called. It's just my name. But that's sort of the premise of the show. So we generally tend to come at things from more of a production side of things. What the music sounds like. Does it sound good? Does it sound bad? The mix, unfortunately, nowadays, it's a little bit more common for albums to sound like they were mixed poorly rather than better, which is kind of a bummer. That's especially a thing in the metal genre. If you're not a metal fan, it's been happening a lot of the last few years. But we talk about production stuff. We talk about how things were recorded, maybe, just using our knowledge. I'm not the greatest audio engineer in the world. I've never done anything that comes close to as massively popular as 21 Pilots is. I've never done anything that comes close to probably your local nothing. I haven't done anything that's really worth speaking about, but I don't think that doesn't mean that I can't listen to something and talk about how it makes me feel and how I think it may have been recorded or how it was mixed. And so that's probably the way we're going to be approaching most of this. I also want to say, if you're new here, I do tend to talk over the music quite a bit. When I do a reaction just myself, I start the album and I basically let it go the entire time without pausing between songs. When we do reactions with other people here on the channel, we'll listen to a song and pause and talk about it, but we still talk over the music because most of the time what we're talking about is like, oh, listen to that hi-hat there, or that's an interesting guitar on the left. And when you're talking about specific things like that, it's nice to talk over the music so that you listening to the same music we are can hear what we're saying in real time and follow along with us, basically. And so if during the parts of the music while I'm talking over it and stuff, you find yourself being super annoyed, maybe our channel is not for you, and that is 1,000,000% okay. We've been getting a lot of comments on some of our videos recently from people who are coming into the channel from areas of music that we don't generally react to here on the channel. We've been doing a little bit more prog music with the bands Yes, and we're going to break off and do some other prog stuff as well, but like, a lot of people don't like the way we do our reactions, talking over the music and such, even though when we're listening for the first time, because they want us to experience the music on like such a deep level. And when I listen to music for the first time, what I'm hearing is a lot of the production elements. I listen to drums first a lot of the time, and then sort of everything else kind of falls into place with the mix. And if I listen to an album that's very straightforward the entire time, I can be a little bored with it. So I like music that has a lot of layering to it, a music that was crafted in the studio rather than written and then performed in a studio and then just captured in the studio by really great engineers. I like albums that are crafted in the studio rather than captured in the studio. And yeah, I don't know. I don't want to go on and on about it. Like I said, I've already been talking for almost 10 minutes, and I want to try to keep the intros of our videos 10 minutes or less. So let's get into looking at the album. As I've said, this is my first time listening to this band, really. So I have nothing to compare this to. As of right now, and I'm looking at the Spotify playlist, by the way. Also, today is the day Spotify rolled out lossless. So I went into my settings and changed it to lossless for this video, and then I'm going to go back to change it to 320 kilobits per second, because even though I have fantastic internet here at my house, where I live in rural Nebraska, we have fiber optic, whatever internet. The only internet that's available to us right here with strong enough signal to do all the stuff I need to do is a pay per gig service. So I have every gigabyte that we use, we have to pay a certain amount of cents for. I think it's like 10 or 11 cents or something. It started at 20 cents, which was ridiculous, and they've had to drop it because people were just so outraged with it over the last few years. But I believe it's now to like 11 or 12 cents. I'm not sure. But it adds up over time. And so anyway, we're going to be listening to this off of Spotify. This is the first album I will have ever heard in lossless on Spotify if I have everything set up. Yeah, it says lossless. So I'm excited to try that. And I'm just, I don't know, excited to see this. I see that several of the first half of the album looks like the song Drum Show has around 30 million plays already. The first two songs have, between 12 and 16 million. The Contract, which is track 5, has 45 million plays, which is pretty crazy. Most of the stuff we listen to here on this channel does not have plays that are necessarily in the millions, let alone the tens of millions and getting close to 50 million plays. So that's pretty cool. I think that's really interesting. I'm excited this album should sound fantastic. There shouldn't be any production issues. Oh, if you're also new to the channel, I have to warn you, one thing I cannot stand, and I have my board here, but I don't have my chalk with me. I hate fade outs, and everyone here on the channel that does reactions with me hates fade outs as well. I believe fade outs are lazy songwriting every time. There's no good excuse to fade a song out. And if I'm hearing a song and I absolutely love it and adore it, and it fades out, the song can be ruined for me. So it kind of depends how the fade out is done. If the band has done enough of the song before they start fading it out that I feel satisfied with it, then this fade out's a little less egregious. But there are definitely very egregiously faded out songs that are total fails. So I just want to mention that. I don't know if 21 Pilots is a band that routinely does fade out songs. So we'll just have to see, but I want to warn you about that because whenever a band does fade out a song and I mention that it ruins the song for me, people also get kind of mad in the comments. So sorry about all the talk about the comments, and I feel like I'm defending myself against people who are not attacking me. But we have been getting a lot of negative comments recently, and so yeah, sorry, it's just something that's been on my mind. I also say I understand that this band connects their albums in like this big story or something like that. I'm going to completely ignore that for now. I am not a lyric guy. That was kind of what I was talking about earlier. So don't expect me to break down the lyrics. And obviously I have no connection to this band, so I don't know anything that they've done before this, so I won't be able to connect this to any story or musically any callbacks to anything they've ever done. So we can look at this as just a cool experiment to see a completely fresh set of ears going into this band. So I'm going to count down 3, 2, 1, and then go on the imaginary fourth beat, because just in case I cannot use the audio from this album in the video, I'll have to upload the video without the audio in it. Every video on my channel, I try to upload with the music that I'm hearing directly in the video, so you can hear exactly what I'm hearing. However, some bigger bands like this, or small bands as well, just have the copyright of their music set such that you cannot use it on YouTube without the video being blocked worldwide. And so it's different for long-form videos than it is for short-form videos, like videos that are less than a minute. All the revenue from those shorts goes to the person who uploaded it if they're less than a minute. However, for my channel, we never get any ad revenue from any video we upload, because all of the ad revenue from every video we upload, including Metallica and the videos we have with 60, 70, 90,000 views, all ad revenue from those videos go to the bands whose music is in the video. So just be aware of that. And I'm going to count down, and then I'm going to listen to the entire album without pausing, so that if I have to upload this video without the music in it, you can hit play on your end on some sort of a device, hopefully, and listen along with me while you're watching the reaction. So without further ado, again, let's get into track 1, City Walls, from 21 Pilots' album Breach from 2025, September 2025, in 3, 2, 1. Distorted bass. I wasn't sure how electronic this was going to be compared to how much of a band sound we were going to have. There's only 2 guys in this band, and then a third drummer, I believe, that just joined the band on this album, from what I was reading on Wiki. Drums sound far away. There we go. Oh, yeah. Hi-hat sounds great. Hi-hat mixed to the right, which is a little interesting to me. I like drums mixed from the perspective of the drummer, so the image would be flipped from what it is here. Very dry vocals.
patient. Now they're waiting on me. It might be the furthest we've reached. Now move it up, it's a breach.
Ooh. A lot of distortion being used here in really nice ways. Everything feels like it has a bit of a bite to it, which is really nice. I love the drums. Ooh. Interesting.
I can come to you, tell me when. Pair up with me, I can run on you. In the end, I write a promise in pencil, but my loyalties and pen use a mistake.
Interesting drum sound there for the snare, especially.
From the mainland to the island of violence, it was the same plan for a while. Decided to send me up and rip you out of your seat.
It's like drums with a stereo delay on it.
Wondering what you thought would happen, who you thought I would be. Was this a side swipe, or did you picture this in a dream?
Like a rap verse.
Possibly the furthest we've reached. Now move it up, it's a breach.
Nice. Going into the chorus a second time. I also vastly prefer music that is structured very typically, which a lot of people dislike, especially those prog people I mentioned earlier. I want a song to be verse, chorus, bridge, chorus every time. And you can do things in between there. You can do lots of things with that structuring. But that's the structuring of a song that I like. I like a band to come back to a chorus at the end of a song, if nothing else, to feel like you're coming home to complete the feeling of the song, the journey of the song. Okay, into a bridge here. Gorgeous piano. Kind of muted sounding, sounds great. Drums are fantastic. That snare drum, really cool. Nice kind of droplet reverb on it. The vocals are very modern sounding, and it's almost hard for me to explain that, but just this sort of like lazy way that they're being delivered, kind of almost very nasally. It works with what's happening. I mean, with how big this band is, this album had to cost a lot of money for them to make, so it should sound fantastic across the entire thing. The whole album is 47 minutes and 28 seconds, which is a good, and as I look at the lengths of the songs, I'm very happy. A lot of bands nowadays just make 2-minute long songs because they want their song to be used in, shorts and stuff. And I like the length of the songs. It seems like they're good length songs. Synth bass. This is lossless, I see, by the way. Everything has this nice, kind of over-compressed feel to it, kind of like a Black Keys song, and it's done very well. This drums particularly have this nice, it's like a hip-hop sound, like a sampled hip-hop drum sound. Done really well. The cymbals sound like they're splashing kind of with waves as they're compressed with the drums, sidechain compressed with the drums. Really nice. It's a very specific way of doing the drums, and I love it. Okay, so they did not go to the chorus, I don't think, the third time there. That was just kind of the bridge being extended and then building to the end of the song. So, all right, that's track 1. This is track 2, RAWFEAR. All capital letters. Ah, that sounds like a female scream sample. In case you're wondering what I'm drinking, that's like neon blue. It is a blue raspberry Kool-Aid. Oh! Drums sound fantastic again. Coming from a different place, though. Nice. One vocal right in the middle. You've met my fears, they're all regulars. Wait, who's the new kid? You know what kills me? Not getting stronger. Now I can't seem to sit still any longer. Wow. Oh.
just forever nipping heels, never slowing down. Raw fear moves me, sounds of empty Uzis. Life is just forever gripping feels, never slowing down.
Oh, the drums sound fantastic.
Raw fear moves me, sounds of empty Uzis. Life is just forever gripping feels, never slowing down. Never slowing down, never slowing down, never slowing down, never slowing down. Learning all that really
Love the vocal stuff happening. Dub, 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 dub. Really nice.
Try to microdose to immunity, but you'll never ever get it. And I go, what's the matter? Isn't helping you go. Parents would stop yelling. I could build a tower with the times I was pretending.
How old are these guys?
Microdose to immunity, but I'll never see the ending. And I go,
Okay, so interesting. There's the bridge was basically after the first chorus. Are they going to go back into the chorus?
yelling, you know it scares me.
Or are they a progressive pop band?
Wait, who's the new kid?
21 Pilots, Wiki.
Not getting stronger. And now I can't seem to sit still any longer. Raw fear moves me.
So Tyler Joseph, the vocalist, was born 2 years after me in 1988. So that would mean he would be 36 years old,
Sounds of empty Uzis. Life
right? Around there.
never slowing down.
And I'm assuming the other guy was around the same time. So, around the same age.
Never slowing down. Raw fear moves me. Sounds of empty Uzis. Life is just forever gripping.
Yep, going back to the chorus. So interesting structure there, having that big section in the middle that's stretched out and then ending on the chorus again. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, we're going to be moving into track 3, Drum Show, which has the most plays of the songs we've got to this point. This is almost 30 million plays. More distorted bass there, which is how the album started. Hi-hat mostly in the middle, I would say.
Putting on a drum show.
Ah, sounds way more like live drums. Hi-hat not, open hi-hats not sidechain compressed.
Complete a checklist for today.
Not to the extent they were before.
Feeling stuck between a rock and a home.
Oh,
Places you do not want to go.
interesting. Ooh,
He's putting on a drum show.
ah.
Even now,
I mean, this is like a rock song.
the way home. Even now,
The guitar's pretty far in the background, low passed, so everything can kind of sit on top of it.
feel it. He drives slow if his song's not over. Drown it out.
His voice sounds familiar to me at certain points, so I must have heard more songs of theirs than I even realized that was them. The snare drum sounds like a very real snare drum on this song, so that's really cool. The 2 previous songs, it sounded like a hip-hop snare drum, very snappy.
So he swerves all around as his head starts to fall, turns it up. Stuck between a rock and a home. 2 places he does not
Synth
wanna
bass.
go. So he's putting on a drum show. Even now, he'll take the
He's got such a high register in his voice, it's very nice. I'm not usually a big fan of high-registered male vocals, but he's doing really good.
He drives slow if his song's not over. Drown it out, drown it out.
Interesting. This is the drummer. I did read that he had a vocal part in this song, so I believe this is the drummer. Sorry I keep drinking so much. I'm very thirsty. I had a long weekend with no water, and I was... Oh, sorry. I was catching up. Ooh. Sounds heavy, but not mixed heavy at all.
He's putting on a drum show.
Interesting having some room mics there for that little drum fill there. Surprised that drum fill didn't go a little longer in a song called Drum Show. Third chorus, by the way, very nice. This may be my favorite chorus I've heard so far. Ooh, I love that synth. Very nice. Very solid so far. Like I said, I expect this to be very high quality. All right, we're going to be moving into track 4, Garbage. Oh, interesting. Same kick drum they had in the previous song. Bit of a different snare, or same snare but a little tighter, a little snappier. A lot of room sound in the snare, and in the kick too. Piano. Love the little string stuff here. Very cool. Tambourine. That might be a sample of a tambourine rather than a played tambourine. Sound a little funky. Bothering me that was glaring. I apologize for getting distracted.
Maybe this is you. Maybe you don't fix and you like it like this.
I like the piano stuff a lot. A lot. I wonder if they use piano on their other albums like this. Ooh, just the drums. Let's go. You can hear a little sidechain compression. Ooh, little guitar solo. Very nice. I'm really digging this a lot. If this video gets some good views, I would like to go back and listen to more of their albums for sure. And they're a band I've been curious about for years, but then once I started the channel, I tried to not listen to stuff that I hadn't heard before as much, just in case I ever do a reaction. All right, we're going to track 5, The Contract. Oh, more piano. I was not expecting piano. That's very cool. It gives it a really nice feeling to it. Ooh. Little stutter edit there on that cool distorted synth. I will say I'm not he's not my favorite vocalist ever, so that's the one thing that's kind of holding me back from just being blown away. But he's not doing anything I hate. Interesting. I am not the type of person that hates auto-tune at all. I have to use auto-tune when I sing because I'm a terrible singer. This guy's obviously a great singer, so. And I like it when a band knows how to make things sound electronic. I just like it. The background vocals are very nice. Lush. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Dry drums. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Oh. Yeah. I want more of those kind of yelling, harsh vocals. That's nice. We're shouting, yelly vocals. Those were like emo, metalcore, not metalcore, emo vocals, which I loved. That was nice. A little variance in there. Oh. Oh. So pretty. I feel like if they had some female backing vocals mixed in with this, it would be really nice. But the singer does a good job with the background vocals. I'm pretty sure that's mostly him. I'm not sure. It sounds like the same voice. The piano is very big here and encompassing. It's very nice. Piano low passed, more than it has been. Very widespread. Nice. I mean, that is Eiffel 65 territory right there. Oh, this is the 45 million song, yeah. I mean, this is great. Ooh. Very cool sounds. Very nice. Very different from a lot of stuff on the radio now. I don't ever listen to the radio, but I hope this song is getting played. Very different. All right, we're going to track 6, Downstairs. I need something a little different, a little slower now would be nice. Ooh, nice. Kind of filter sweeping piano, it sounds like. I love the use of the piano. Whoa. Ooh, that scratch in there, that... Oh, can't do it. So scratching on something, so awesome. Ooh. All the low end is coming from the drum hits here so far. Or maybe that low piano note. Massive. Oh, yeah. Interesting. Oh. Oh. No guitars, I don't think. If there are guitars, they're just so low pass, they're basically a synth part. But I would say that's all synth-based stuff. Massive. That piano, really nice. Really interesting. Love this. This song has only 9 million plays. The song with the least amount of plays is the last track, which is 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Maybe some kind of little interlude thing at the end of the album. Very nice. At half tempo. Very plodding feel. I mean, I really relate to this song. I'm downstairs right now. I love that piano. It's so unexpected. It's so plunky sounding. Oof. That's a bass guitar. I love it when a band can kind of seamlessly switch between electronics and real instruments and make it sound natural. It's a hard thing to do. Okay. Ooh. That little crackling at the end of the reverb. Interesting. Vocals are wide, but it's just one track. Ooh. Interesting. I love the scream, like the yelling. I love it. Yeah! It's hard for me to not do the... I love those yells. They're so great. They mix in there so nice. They use them sparingly. Great. Very great. You can have both my lungs if you ask me so, 'cause I want to be the one after your own heart, and I might doubt the process. This is my favorite song on the album so far. Awesome. Oh, we're going to track 7, Robot Voice, which sounds badass. I'm gonna be done with my drink. It sounds like it could be a cool sample from something. Bum, 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 bum. Love it. Oh, I was expecting a downbeat there. Love this really tight, dry drums. It's gonna explode, hopefully. Or maybe not. This is very cool. A lot of variety here on the album. Awesome. Ooh. Machines in my room and understanding the beeps and tones they make. The only wow. I take the inside jokes. Wow. Now I'm waiting for the changes. Everyone sees. Wow. Wow. Oh. Woo! It's a weird song. This is really cool. What a unique song. Definitely got a whiny voice, which is working really well. That is just cool. What a unique song. And then to go into a halftime drum part here. It's weird. You know, the song feels like it should, but it's just not. Very interesting. Did the chorus twice in a row, so this song just has the chorus twice. What an interesting song. There's definitely a little Imagine Dragons in the music for this. And again, I like Imagine Dragons, so I don't mean that in a derogatory way. That's cool. That's a great song too. Wow. All right, we're going into track 8, Center Mass. We are over halfway. Love the vinyl stuff. Give me Portishead all day. Oh yeah.
Used to mouth off often with artillery. Now with his cough drops and soft spots in the middle seat. Right this way. Chivalry. A tighter space than I used to know. Spread out wide no more. Pinch my shoulders close, hoping they misplace my reservation. Right this way. Okay. I thought you might have figured out. I know. You said you made it to the top. I lied. So tell us how did you make out alright? Well, I pull on my shirt sleeve.
I like it when they do the dry stuff. All the distorted stuff is done very nicely, but the dry stuff is really... Are they from the US? He almost sounds like he has a British accent on this song. American musical duo. From Ohio. Same place the Black Keys came from. And Devo. Though that's Akron. Yeah, he's singing with a British accent here almost.
Right this way, if you're frustrated, your first mate in the 5th grade tried to persuade, try your wants, you were shown on the bus.
This just reminds me of Just Jack, one of my favorite artists of all time. British rapper guy, kind of. I highly recommend looking into him if you're into this band.
Okay. I know.
Especially this song. Wow.
To my body, get as small as they say. They call it center mass. That part they aim for. Shrink it down to nothing and forgetting what the pain's for. That part they aim for.
I like the quiet parts and the sort of patience that their songs all seem to have. It's very nice. I love the realistic drums. I mean, it's real drums. And that's really awesome. Sounds like guitars in there, but they're so low passed, it's tough to tell. You don't really hear much of the granules of the guitar, the distortion of the guitar. But that's fine. Everything kind of sits over the top of it, of the soupiness of the background. Yeah. This is just like a Just Jack song. Very cool. Now that I've thought that, I wonder if I'm going to hear that in a lot of the songs, which that would only make me like him more, because he's, like I said, one of my favorite artists, so very interesting. I like that song a lot as well. The last 3 songs, really fantastic. Now we're going to track 9, Cottonwood. Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's go. What do you got for me? Yep, completely different sounding drums. It sounds fantastic. Ooh. Wow. Man, this is just not what I expected from this band. I don't really know what I expected, but man, this is really great. Those guitars coming in so nice. Lots of low end there. So simple and just really nice. Looks like the rest of the album has just a little bit above like 7 million plays. I kind of like that they didn't release, you know, the entire album as singles. I do like that. You know. I love those synths on the side. I love it. Yes. Dude, that is awesome. That might be my favorite song on the album. Wow. That is crazy. I loved that. These last 4 songs have been bops. One way. Let's go. This is One Way. Man, is that him hitching up into that high octave? Wow. if I forget to ask at the end, make sure you let me know what your favorite 21 Pilots album is, and how does this compare to their previous work? Because this being my first album of theirs, I'm really shocked at what it sounds like, and I'm liking it a lot. So let me know if you think this is middle of the road for them, upper echelon, or one of their worst albums. I mean, I have no idea. So let me know what you, fan, thinks about this. Oh. Bop, bop, bop. I love those sort of like trickly things in the background. Bop, bop, bop. Bop, bop, bop. Really nice. I just don't belong. Okay, it's awesome that he can shift into that high octave so effortlessly. All the like background stuff. And that piano. Bass, a big part of this song too. Sounds like a bass guitar. Wow. This song was amazing too.
Hey, it's Josh. Call me back. I'm not opposed to One Way going into Days Lie Dormant, but it does feel like quite a vibe change, and
whoa. I loved that. That was awesome. I love bands that sound, where on albums, I love albums that sound that like every song is different. I love that. And that's what's going on here. It's very nice. Bass again, really prominent here. Bass guitar. And I know there have been bass guitars throughout the album, but sometimes they go away for a while for synths and stuff. Really cool. A distorted whistle.
You say don't worry about me though. It looks so much warmer there, and I should try Topo Chico and get some more sun. But yeah, say with your face something else altogether.
Face. That was a little mindless self-indulgency. It's just kind of a happy sounding song. I love the sound of the background sound effects, the atmospheres. It's mixed and made so well. You have to say, like, the idea that they're just okay singing about, like, love and relationships and stuff, too. Like, I guess I was thinking this band would be a little bit more like Dude Bro. Like macho Dude Bro. And I don't know why I thought that, but, like, I like the fact that they're singing about love and stuff. Like, that's really cool. That was unexpected to me, so that's I like that a lot.
Inside a place you're not. Don't make me waste
Nice. Great. Fantastic. All right, now we're going into... Oh, the penultimate track, Tally. And this might be the last track, since the final track is only 2 minutes long. You know, that might be some weird little instrumental thing.
I lost my rank and title. I turned my back on it. Sold it all at a discount. I wanted to progress things. I wanted my soul set free. Lost it all at a discount. You and I both know this.
Oh, I like this. I love those stabs on the guitar.
It's kinda hard to know, is there a point at all, or should we cut the line? You wanna tally, I lost the count. You wanna love me, I let you down. Still now, you believe in me somehow. When I replay it in my mind, I see your heart break every time. Still now, you believe in me somehow. I like in a fight too. Lightning strikes right on cue. Like right when a storm hits, I set right set. Circumstantial proof you should go your way. I should try mine, even though we both know we should just cut the line. You wanna tally, I lost the count. You wanna love
It's a good chorus, a good pre-chorus.
still now. You believe in me somehow. When I replay it in my mind, I see your heart break every time. Still now, you believe in me somehow. Somehow, I figured you were keeping track of every time. Just figured you were keeping track of every time. I let you down, I breached your trust, I let you die. Just figured you were keeping track.
Nice. Wow. Great chorus. Great chorus here. Enormous synth bass, synth, you know, huge wall of synth in the back. Spread wide. Nice. All right, we're going into intentions now. Final track. And I did see there was like a deluxe bonus track or something. That's not on Spotify, so we're not going to listen to that. Reverse piano, that was nice. Something with no drums. We need. I almost wish this would have been the previous track, but I understand that this is a nice ending track. Wow. Interesting. It sounded reversed, but also at the same time not. That almost sounds like he wanted it to be a specific part and figured it out backwards. Or just messed around in the studio.
You will fail most every day. Intentions lack memory. Intentions will set you free.
I like that this is the final track. It's nice. It's nice to just end with something. Yeah. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, so that was the entire album, Breach by 21 Pilots. Very different than I thought it was going to be. If you just skip to the end of the video here, I really enjoyed that. I thought that it was really great. It was different than I thought it was going to be in a lot of really nice and pleasant ways. It was also kind of what I expected it to be a little bit. I would say overall, I enjoyed all of the music. I thought the music was fantastic. The drums were fantastic in every song. They were exactly what they needed to be. They were produced perfectly for what they were trying to go for. A lot of the songs had that really overcompressed sort of like hip-hop sampled sound, and I loved that. But the fact that they did change the way the drums sounded from song to song, some of the songs having like a nice pingy like high frequency snare, and some of them having a more opened like looser snare head, like more of a rock sort of sound, was very nice. And the roominess of the drums was fantastic. You know, if every song was dry drums with no room tone or room microphones in it, it would sound completely different than it does. And so that's adding so much to the way the drums sound. And it's a very intentional thing for sure. The one thing that I would say is not like my favorite is the way he sings, the style of his vocals. He has a very high register voice, which I think he sings really great in. It's really, really gorgeous sometimes. And he doesn't always sing that way, but he's recording his vocals in a very modern way. And now that I hear this, I'm almost wondering like if a lot of other vocalists have been inspired by him. You know, but he is doing the like lazy, and it sounds like his face is right on the microphone when he's singing, and he's going, he's doing this sort of like I don't care what I'm so like everything is kind of lazy but also a little snappy and cut off and short, and it's just kind of nasally, and it's I will stand the back and Nevada, I'm like that kind of like super close to the microphone, super distorted, and everything was treated just like fantastically. So, and everything was done with intent in terms of the way everything sounded, in terms of the distortion, in terms of the amount of room or sort of tape saturation, stuff like that. It was all done very well, and I think that the production on this was really as good as it could be. There weren't a ton of high frequencies throughout the entire album, but I think that was also intentional. It wasn't like low passed all to hell everything like some of the Black Keys albums have been recently, to the point where I just like Dropout Boogie by the Black Keys. There's like so many there's important high frequencies missing from that mix, to the point where it sounds like you took the treble knob and turned it all the way down, and that's the way they want you to hear the album, and that's too much. And so with this, there are high frequencies in there for certain things. At times the piano sounded really high fidelity and nice, and then the vocals and everything did have moments of that. And then there were certain songs that were just mixed in a different way, or written and approached in a different way, where everything was a little bit more dry and a little bit more high fidelity, high clarity. And then there were other songs that were clearly more distortion, more tape saturation, more of that overcompression sound, intentional overcompression and sidechain compression sound. And I enjoyed all the different aspects of that. I think it was done really well here. So yeah, this was really great. Honestly, I was surprised. I said during one of the songs there that I was expecting this band to be a little bit more sort of like dude bro, like millennial dude bro, like annoying, and it wasn't that at all. Like, I think I just had the complete wrong perception of this band. And I'm really grateful for that. I think that I mentioned, I thought it was really nice that some of the songs were just like about relationships and love and stuff, and it wasn't coming from like like a super dark place or anything like that. Some of the songs were relatable to like, I just, I don't have enough money to go out, so I do this. And I just wasn't expecting that. I was expecting more like machismo type of vocals, and I just was wrong. And so that's really great. I love being wrong in cases like that, because it was more relatable than I thought, and it was just more thoughtful than I thought it was going to be. I was expecting this to be more like Hollywood Undead, I guess, kind of. And it absolutely is not like that in any way. A lot more thought. And I don't necessarily hate Hollywood Undead, but there's sort of like a vibe that they have that I don't connect with, whereas this did not have that like vibe at all. There was nothing about this that's really off-putting, and so it makes total sense to me why it's so this band is so huge. But at the same time, I really like the fact that this band is huge because they're doing a lot of things production-wise that like other bands don't do. It would be really interesting to hear a Billie Eilish song and then following it, one of their songs. Very different contrasting styles. And so I really like that aspect of them, and I'm really happy that this band is as big as they are because I think that that's really, really cool. I like that aspect of it. What else? Oh, the piano. I loved the piano across the whole album. I was not expecting that. So when they perform live, did they have an actual piano out there? I'm assuming they have, when they perform live, they have to have the singer who maybe plays guitar or something, or maybe he just sings, and then the guitar or bass player, the other guy in the band. And then they have to have, when they perform, well, they don't have to, they could just play it all with tracks, but I'm assuming they do it a bit more like a live band. So they have a singer, a guitar player, a drummer, a bass player, right? Guitar, bass, drums, vocals, this stereotypical band. Then they probably have a keyboardist or something, maybe you have a DJ or something off to the side with a laptop or something to do the like tracks and things. And I don't know how they do the drums, if they have an electronic drum kit so they can change the sounds of the drum for every song, or they just have a regular drum kit with triggers on it to change the songs, or they just do it like a rock concert and it's just a little bit heavier live and stuff. I would be really interested about that, but I'm not a live music guy. I actually have gone on record many times as saying I don't even like live music. So if this band is known for being a live band, don't recommend me a bunch of live stuff. I'm just kind of curious how they do it live, because I like a band that leaves all their creativity in the studio, and they don't limit themselves in the studio at all to what they can perform live. And obviously when a band like this is so massive, they have no limitations for their live show because they're so massive they could do whatever they want. But I like the fact that they left it all in the studio. They did anything they wanted on any song. And I really enjoyed the sort of like trip hop elements of this, that there were like soundscapes and sound effects and like location sound effects, like washing dishes and stuff with just people around, or like an atmosphere, in the background of a lot of the songs. I loved that aspect of it. The like looping sort of parts. There weren't really a lot of like synth parts that were obvious synth parts, but there were synth parts with lots of effects on them, like tape saturation and delay and distortion and stuff, to make them sound not like a synth part. So this is not like a throwback 80s thing or anything like this, which is something I generally enjoy a lot in music. But the way they approached everything in the songs that wasn't guitar, bass, drums, vocals, I really enjoyed the treatment of everything. And they did a really good job, and they did a lot of different things with that. And so I would be really curious. I did read online that there was a guy named Meanie who produced this album with them, like John or Jason Meanie or something, that has been working with them a lot. And so if that's the guy that I have to thank for that stuff and the way this album sounds, then thank you. That guy did a fantastic job. So yeah, this was really great. Like I said, if I want people to recommend in the comments what their favorite 21 Pilots album is, and then also, how do you feel about this album in terms of their catalog? I feel like there was a lot of really great stuff here, and this being my first album, I don't know if it's a good representation of them. Is this album in their upper echelon? Is it a middle of the road album, or is it one of their like lower points? To you, a person who's been a fan of the band, let me know where this album fits, and then what your favorite album of theirs is as well. Is there a general consensus that their first album is their best album, or their first album on their record label or whatever? They have a blurry face or something. I know. We worked at a record store for from about 2000. It wasn't just a record store, Hastings Entertainment, from about 2000 and from about 2009 to I think 15 is when I technically left, but I was working at a recording studio in a different town from 2011 through 2015. So from during that period, I just worked on weekends, like every other weekend or so. But when I was working from 2009 to 2011, I was there like every day full time pretty much, even though I wasn't a full time employee. They often had to tell me to go home, to clock out and go home. But I saw a lot of 21 Pilot albums while I was there over that time. I can clearly see in my head several album covers of theirs. And then they have that really cool white dragon on the cover of one of their albums. I think that artwork is like so cool. And I've seen the vinyl of that at like Walmart and thought, man, that's such a cool looking vinyl. It's a cool album cover basically. But then the one with like the dots, I think that might be a blurry face, but the one with like the different dots on the front with the black with the different dots, I think. But anyway, really interesting, and something that I do enjoy. So if this video gets some nice views on it, if it only gets several hundred views, I probably won't do any more of these unless they come out with a new album and I want to do it at that point. But if this album gets some views, I will try to commit to doing some of their other albums and just see how it goes, because I did really enjoy this. So whether this album, for those of you who are new here, every year I make a top 12 albums of the year list, and it's something I put a lot of effort into, and I listen to hundreds of albums every year. And I don't know if this will be in my top 12 or not. I enjoyed it a lot, and I thought it was very consistent, but there's just a lot of other stuff that has come out this year that I really enjoyed. And there's something about this that prevented me from like loving it. And it's really hard for me to put my finger on it. I think it kind of has to do with his vocal style, because I did like the music a lot. So I don't know. I've got to listen to this more, and we'll have to see. But if a lists and top albums of the year lists or something is something that you enjoy, definitely think about checking our channel out at the end of the year when we do our lists, because me and one other guy on the channel here have been doing our lists for a long time, and I personally have been doing my list since 2010. I started with my very first list in 2010. So I have many videos on the channel here about the top 12 albums of the year. And so that's something we put a lot of effort into every year, and we're going to do the same thing this year. Although I think we might change up the format of it a little bit and actually listen to some songs in the video. So it might be, I'm not sure how we're going to do that, if we can make it work, but that's all I'm going to have for this video. I think it was really great. I enjoyed it a lot. Like I said, give me the recommendations and things in the comments. And yeah, think about subscribing to the channel if you enjoy what we do here. Think about liking the video. It does help a lot, especially for very small channels like mine. And then we also have a really awesome Discord community where people are on there. I'm check on there all the time. We have really nice discussions about different things. There are several different channels. I've just started one recently where I can post comments that make me chuckle, or that are really nice comments or really mean comments. And so that's always fun and enjoying to throw something up there and see how everybody reacts to it. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time.